building your game. Running a rotation of girls is a cheat code to finding quality girls. Dating is a numbers game. Rotations serve your purpose, be it variety or a focused search for a long-term relationship. The idea of running a rotation is it's faster to meet a quality girl through a rotation than it is doing monogamy. Serial monogamy, where you meet one girl, you just date her for a while, you give it like 12 weeks, and then at the end of the free trial, she says, "Hey, where are we going? What are we doing with this?" And then you're boyfriend girlfriend for 6 months until it fizzles out, or until she cheats or you cheat, or it just ends. So now you've spent 9 months with this one girl who wasn't a good fit for you, but you really didn't have anybody else to fall back on anyway. So you stayed with her, and now 9 months are gone, and you go to the next girl and do that for another 9 months. You've got 2 girls in a year and a half. Whereas if you have a rotation and you're seeing 3-4 girls one time a week, and you're able to discern, they're like, know that you're not really a serious guy. So they're going to like wander off at about 8, 12, 16 weeks, depending on where they're at in their life. They'll actually wander off and go find a guy that's better suited for monogamy. And during that time, if you can filter out the girls that are not the quality that you want, or don't have the enthusiasm for certain things, or don't job, or they have weight issues. I mean, anything you want to toss them out or not take them serious, you can, again, you can still have sex with them while you're evaluating other girls. Again, they're a plate. They're friends with benefits. They're fuck buddies, and they know their status. And then you can also have girlfriend candidates. These are girls that have a little bit higher quality. You click with them a little bit better. They click with you a little bit better. They chase you a little bit harder. A lot of times girls decide that they're going to be the one, and then they just literally it's like Survivor, outlast all the other girls as they fall off. Because all girls at some point when you run a rotation will eventually drop out for a guy to give monogamy a shot. It doesn't work out most of the time. They'll be back. That's cool. See, good morning, my Playboy's Bunny. We were talking about her, where you outplay the rest. And you have the qualities that are unique to that player. That's one of the things that I've noticed where I've talked to guys that have ran rotations, is there a couple girls usually will stand out. Some are just more compatible. Again, the ones you vibe with, keep around. And other ones, and girls are sophisticated, especially if you're dealing with adults. They know the deal. They know you're a player. They know you're a playboy. It's fun for them, but they know in the back of their head, they're going to have to find somebody a little bit more serious or more inclined to monogamy and, settling down, for lack of a better phrase. But that's the real deal. A rotation is good for everyone. The key here, and this is the one caveat I always tell guys, and I have a book called How to Build a Rotation, and it's in here. It's at Fort Worth, at fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com. How to Build a Rotation. Shows you from how to take a girl from complete stranger to in your rotation and happy. But you have to be upfront. This isn't one of those things where they think you're exclusive and you're just cheating with a bunch of girls. That's not what this is about. This is something that's above board. You don't tell them, you don't talk about it. It's bad form to mention you're fucking other girls to a girl that you're having sex with. It's just bad form. It's not a player thing to do. It's just, it's just rude. So it's not something you bring up or you throw into anyone's face, because it's not to be done that way. You want to have some class about yourself and them. But they're going to know through your actions, through your behavior, through your absences, they can't find you, or they, hear about you and they realize their friends have had sex with you too. All these things, but you can't, it's not about you dating 4 girls that all are exclusive to you. You have to be okay with them. They're going to have sex with other men. You have to accept that as part of this. And guys that can't, and that's okay, because there's some guys that just they got to be just one. You're better off with serial monogamy. This is not a program or a rotation. Isn't something you should look into, because it'll drive you insane. And you're really asking for a lot of drama in your life, which the exact idea of having a rotation is minimizing drama, increasing fun and flexibility, and everybody having a good time together. Again, girls are smart. They sniff out if they're like completely monogamous. They do not want to have anything to do with a player or a guy that's like very flexible with his monogamy. She's going to bail out sooner than later, and that's okay. That's their job. Their job is to like bail out if it's not a good fit, and that's okay. But if you can't deal with them also at some point wandering off, this isn't for you. Guys want to run stuff, and you're just making your life much harder when you do the cheating thing. It's just not what this is. That's not what a rotation is. And I even have a book about building a harem. Again, it's not about one man and all the girls are exclusive to him. There's certain guys that can coach that. They're very unique. It's not a big group. It's even teeny tiny. It's like infinitesimal. I know one gentleman in Australia that does that, has like 4 or 5 wives in a contract, and he's got a couple guys that he kind of coaches into that. It's a unique situation, but this rotation is very much for you if you're moving fast. You want to find one girl eventually, and it gives you your best choices. That way it doesn't take you forever. You can date 3 girls in 3 weeks instead of 3 girls in 2.5 years and still show up with nothing. So that's why running a rotation of girls is a cheat code to finding one quality girl. Dating is purely a numbers game. You start looking back, you go, my God, I have dated hundreds of women and gone through tens of thousands of contacts, if not hundreds of thousands of contacts. When you look at it at the end of the day, rotations serve your purpose, be it variety or a focus search for a long-term relationship. And that's the real deal. So that's what rotations are for. And that's what they serve. Again, for a lot of guys and for women too, if they're not in a place mentally where they can be a good boyfriend or girlfriend, and the guys, this is what they'll run, and the girls will jump into something like that where they date casually a couple of other people. So that's the real deal. Running a rotation of girls is a cheat code and allows you to pick the best of the bunch, those that are most compatible with you, and everybody benefits. You just got to keep it above board. I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people. When